Hello and welcome back to part 2 of the Combat Tracker how-to, Savage Worlds Online using Fantasy Grounds. Okay, now this time we're going to delve more into the Combat Tracker, adding PCs, NPCs and running through a mock combat. So we'll bring back up the Combat Tracker. We'll delete this blank entry as it's not needed. Now, If in the game when the player characters are connected, they'll obviously be up here, and you would just drag them down onto the combat tracker. If you're preparing ahead of time and you're fairly certain of which players are going to be there, then you can just go to the PC sheet, open it up, and drag the PCs down, like so. If you hadn't guessed already from the names like Tweedledont, Tweedledoo, and the Cheshire Kit, I'm at the moment in the middle of preparing for my next session's adventure, where I'm sending the characters to Wonderland. Okay, so what I'll do now is add some NPCs in. We'll add in the Ace of Hearts, make him hostile, we'll add in the Beetle, make him hostile, add in the Boar, and we'll make him hostile. Okay. And then as we're preparing ahead of time, we could just close that, create more entries or whatever. And if the game's in session though, we'll bring up the first combat. We click on the mini to bring up the player's character sheet, or you can also right mouse button over the name and click share. We'll do the same thing. That will bring up the player version of the combat tracker, and then to actually allow the players to see it, all you have to do is right mouse button again and do share sheet. Obviously, as I've got no players connected, it won't share it out. Now what you can see there is the players can see the name of the opponent, if they've suffered any wounds, what their parry, their toughness is, and whether they're a wild card or not. But you can alter what's displayed here. If we use the Ace of Hearts and click on the V, now this can be a little on the tricky side to get the position just right. I've changed the V to an N, and so if we bring up the player character sheet again, what we can see now here is you can see the parry and the toughness for the Boar and the Beetle, they're set to V, but for the Ace of Hearts, where we've changed it to N, you can't see the parry and their toughness. If we change it again to U, which is the other option, and show the mini sheet again, what that now does is not only does it hide the parry and toughness, but it also sets the name of the opponent to unknown. This way obviously you can hide information from the players. Right, at this point I did intend to show an example of combats using the combat tracker and a second copy of Fantasy Grounds, but for some reason my microphone seems to be playing up when I'm trying to record the screen at the moment. I can record individual WAV files, but pictures and sound together don't seem to want to work. Hopefully I'll work out what exactly the problem is shortly, and I'll have to create a Combat Tracker Part 3 where I'll finish off the Combat Tracker. Sorry for the problems here, and hopefully I'll get it resolved soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.